about the Brazilians lost, who have now activated the champion rush condition as well. And they are not too shabby on this map. You're back here with your boys Mustachio and Husky. Game number 8. Do we go the distance today, Husky?
Talk about second chances. This is third chance for some of these teams. Third chance for EVOS for sure.
Yeah.
Second for RQ. Second for Lost. Third for AG.AL. Let's see if the drop spots change. This is where it gets desperate. And especially for EVOS and AG.AL, the longer you are at the lead, the longer you stare at that trophy knowing that one game could send you there, the more nerve-wracking it is. RRQ takes Refinery, EVOS takes Confinement, Vitality at Council Hall, and it's Falcons in the middle of all of it.
Early hit list purchase by Captain Jonah onto Butchizin from Fluxo. Early purchase of the hit list here, targeting Falcons by Dudes. And very early on, they can either be getting just pure information to avoid the early engagements or potentially go in for the hunt. Because looking at Fluxo and Buriram, they have got absolutely nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, and if we know Buriram, their next rotation most of the time will be looking at command posts. Core memory around Santa Catarina. EVOS playing a safe spot at Confinement, but Falcons are playing a risky game. RRQ, Ma'al starting it off with first blood onto R7. Again, the eliminations don't really matter as much. You look at your screens, 4 teams are eligible to win it all. EVOS, RRQ, Lost, AG.AL. But on this map, Indonesians are always favored.
Absolutely, and 2 of the Indonesian squads already have activated the champion rush condition. 1 was just literally 3 points away, undone by their brothers RRQ, putting a quick stop to that. And the rotation from Buriram into Santa Catarina does not happen. Instead, it was Core Memory that overextends from Santa Catarina into Stone Ridge. But they very, very quickly hightail it out of there, potentially losing 2 players here to the hands of Buriram.
Good scan from Falcons early on. They just caught wind of EVOS making a rotation. So you know that someone is passing through Confinement towards Santa Catarina. That's where EVOS is heading. Maybe might run into a beaten up Core Memory. Zensi with just another name on the list. That is as far as we can be sure about EVOS playing it safe.
Yeah.
Both them and AG.AL have taken risks in the previous game, and they both, ironically, ended up falling in the hands of the Brazilian squad.
Cougar, final player on the side of Core Memory, looking for a vending machine for sure at this point of time. And all thanks to those coin machines, he should be able to bring at least 1 player back in. So we will see more of Core Memory in a little bit. Nothing much to stress about at all. But Lost, the Brazilian team, to not just outshine Fluxo once but twice now. Yeah, the Esports World Cup, they continue to do so. Well, thanks to the fact that the revivals are there, Core Memory still hanging on, but all 3 players on that fantastic revival play. Coins galore for sure. Back to 47 players we go. And if it wasn't for Buriram, we would actually have 48.
Tell Buriram, if they have a good game, they would be the 5th team on the list. You know, Vitality 3 points away.
Oh,
Dragon Esports, could you believe it?
and they would have 1 more game to close it out. And Buriram has to close it out on the 10th game if they activate Champion Rush. Sorry, they have to close it out on the 9th game if they activate Champion Rush. Mainly because if you just want to depend on those points, man, EVOS and RRQ, they're quite far away from them.
I mean, if we ever go to game 10 and EVOS wins by cumulative points, that would be the sweetest victory.
I don't know.
It will be the most stressful, but it will be sweet. That's how they lost last year, but it seems like that will be put on hold if EVOS wins this one. They've already gotten the initial elimination onto Moshi, and that's already a pillar down.
It's a big if here because Buriram, as deadly as ever, looking for the champion rush activation. Jonah, captain, taken down. Wasana with the trade though, but Rasia very quickly puts him down onto the ground. Moshi, final player in the mix. And thankfully, He managed to hightail it out of there. Or was that a revival? Either way, put it up, hanging on for their dear lives.
It's just not good enough from BRU. But the fans are disappointed. BRU, they get to live on, but for how long? I think that is a question that only the survivor could answer. But if you are EVOS, you just cleared out Stone Ridge. It could not get better than that. And Dragon Esports, they just made contact with Vitality. That is the team that wants to make it to Champion Rush. RRQ, they left Refinery and made it to the southwestern side of Command Post. This is going to be a wild card.
Unbelievable rotations coming on through here. But the circle, the first zone, is pretty central. So all the teams are just staying put. They're not going in for any wild rotations just yet because of how unforgiving the move of the circle could be for zone number 2. So this is just a game of wait and see exactly which sort of a direction the next zone is going to take, because it's pretty much 50-50, and as Loss just absorbs these shots, it's very clear they do not want to get into a scuffle just yet.
At the same time, Boulevard just made a full recovery. Everyone brought back thanks to the initiative of Moshi. Saifa getting down, eliminated. Shinoy does find an exchange of the hacks. Deal with the Joker. This dream needs to live on, and they sure as heck is not going to let R7 take it away.
They've got a vending machine right there beside them, so R7 not too fast at all. Blue wall melters laid out. Time turner pulled out as well for a secondary defensive measure. Chinoy on the instant revival, understanding that R7 will not get cheeky, and the glue wall melters once again laid out. Even if R7 expires here up against them, the team still stays in play thanks to the vending machine.
If they can get Saifa, this would be great. Come on, Games King, you gotta hit that shot. You gotta hit that shot. This is not good enough. No. Saifa survives.
And Games King in squad, all thanks to those revivals, will still be in the game, but AG.AL now at the brink of outnumbering them. But look at the split jump away, using the jump pad, forcing AG.AL back, because going in for the hunt could be deadly. And AG.AL chooses to play the safer route. Just happy that they could scare away R7 from Shrine.
And we talk about how slow Fluxo plays, and overall I didn't really like the approach, but every once in the blue moon they could end up intercepting a crucial team, and in this case, it's probably EVOS. They're gonna take the launch pad and hop away to safety, deeper into where they want to go, as RRQ continues to make it further towards the edge, the perimeter of the safe zone, and EVOS now finds themselves smack in the middle of everything.
And the next circle finally shows itself, dragging us straight down towards the southern side of this Kalahari map. The sub command post pretty much in there. And RRQ up against their brothers EVOS, who are leading the fray with the eliminations thus far. Predator or prey? Which one are you, RRQ?
It's gonna be so close. Not to mention that BRU are moving towards EVOS. Vitality just saw RRQ. Pain Gaming could be a third party. Fluxo could do the same.
Oh, wow.
Don gets knocked down. Lost puts themselves on the map. Remember, this team, the only Brazilian representative that has a chance to win it all. They did strong in Kalahari last year as well. That was what put them in the conversation in the first place.
This is definitely a big map for Lost.
It is.
It's one where they very rarely falter. And they already have one Booyah here, proving that they are definitely one of the Predators. Just does not help the cause of Indonesia at all that they have activated this champion rush condition for themselves. Buriram not looking for a round 2 up against EVOS, but they sure as hell will find it if they continue this pathway.
And Fluxo is just lying in wait. Funnily enough, even Fluxo now has reached a point. We've dragged on the finals long enough for Fluxo to have a chance.
Yeah.
Get champion rush, 25 points. A good round is all it takes. It's EVOS, they gather around one single tent. Get high with the grenade in his hands. This could get messy. This could be what sets off a chain reaction. If BRU takes the fight now, Fluxo and RRQ will be activated.
Dew up top. AG.AL with the safe plays this time around. Spreading out all throughout Refinery, but they will have to make a move now because this next circle is surely not going to be in the confines of Refinery unless they get some wild luck of randomness. But based on our calculations, they will have to move. Quite a long way that will be.
EVO's about to face the toughest test of their career of this tournament. 5 teams surrounding them.
Wow, look at this, man. Top eliminations, all decked out with the EVOS players.
It's not good enough to win in the finals, and that's the harsh truth. Here comes team number 6.
Wow.
Falcons. I think if you're EVOS, you stay still, stay low, off the radar. Let the battle unfold. Let your opponents take each other out. EVOS does not want to be involved in a 6-team slugfest.
Be it eliminations or damage, it is just Indonesia shining bright at this point of time. But here comes the team that is about to ruin their experience, their dreams. Lost looking for the shutdown onto the Indonesian squads, but they potentially have to come across the pathway of the reigning Esports World Cup champions Falcons.
Even Dragon has started making a move, and that's going to prompt BRU to start firing. This is getting from bad to worse for a lot of these teams, especially the teams who have a chance to win it all. Again, EVOS right smack in the middle. Lost needs to go through the dungeon run all the way from Stone Ridge, go to Falcons, go to Dragons, and maybe BRU. EVOS still not making their presence known, at least to most of them. A big binocular scan from Lost. That is going to ping out Fluxo members. 11 teams alive.
If the Brazilians spray on each other. But Fluxo focusing on the players of R7 and Pain Gaming, bumping into AG.AL. But the circle is going to be the bigger predator as it forces everybody to scurry on it.
If the Brazilians spray on each other and none of them get the win, it would be a throwback to 2022 in Bangkok. Ooh. That was how BRU won.
Yeah, man.
That was how BRU won. Not just
that was literally how BRU won.
Just by methods of infighting between the Brazilians and Nigma Galaxy not able to hang on. And you do that callback and you look at Dew again. He always is in one of those storylines. Russia getting a knock onto Rigby. Pain now springs into action against AG.AL, and they are winning. This AG.AL side, they want to keep on going because if Pain takes them out, this could be the final round for AG.AL. Dew is sacrificing the process. Kill. The main character is out, and now it's up to the rest of the team to keep it intact.
Can you get it done without your prime sniper? They still do have the backup marksman in Cypher. High ground advantage. And AG.AL does not need to rotate too far away, but they will have to sacrifice that high ground in a little bit.
Oh, Falcons is gone.
On the other hand, falters as Lost takes the fight to them and wipes them out instantly.
The only team in the center of the circle is RRQ, and that is one of the teams that can win this. We say that this is Indonesia's map, but RRQ have always ruled Kalahari. EVOS now gets some room to breathe and move. AG.AL not done just yet with Pain. Peter on the ground. And Cypher confirms the takedown. Gus and Noda in the 2v3. Motovia supporting them from afar, but R7 now is going to join the conversation. A 3-way fight.
AG.AL, one of the teams that has activated the Champion Rush condition. In fact, all 4 teams that have activated it is still alive and kicking. The numbers not looking strong on the side of Lost. All thanks to vitality of all teams. As R7 scrambles looking for the circle, AG.AL playing with fire on top of this hill.
EVOS has to start moving as the circle closes in, and Pain slowly losing members. R7, they have a good spot to work with. AG.AL confirms a triple for Chinoy, taking down stragglers from the side of Dragon Esports. As R7 out in a spot, AG.AL continues to run, but still Pain not done just yet. And AG.AL, they're gonna run straight in. Lost gets eliminated off screen. Pain Gaming, bodies dropping, barrels getting dropped, but AG.AL stands strong.
Buriram's out of the race as well. Pain Gaming deleted.
Oh no.
Unbelievable. AG.AL very low on the chances of walking away with a booyah, looking at the numbers that they have alive. RRQ almost losing one, but you see the focus on the pickup. The Mets are out. EVOS looking for their brothers. They want to end this right here, right now. Steffi Bot, your grenades can't touch it.
3v4. If Evos pulls this off, it would be a miracle on top of one, but Fluxo don't want to let it happen. Fluxo, they want a piece of the pie. They can feel that they are close to it. Ray is low, needs some time. Grenade launcher in hand, but doesn't have the space to use it. Aim got absorbing pressure, grabbing attention, but he can't hold on for too long. Vitality now is in the radar, and in fact, Vitality will help out Evos a little bit, taking down one of the Fluxo members as Menti7 strikes back. Evos now stuck in the middle with RRQ and Fluxo around him.
GG for you! As Ray returns fire with the M79, grenade launcher fighting him, and Fluxo, they don't get to ruin the chances of Evos just yet, and the next circle goes to the new Indonesian squad.
This is insane, RRQ. They need some time to get their health back up, but Evos finds time, and they have space. Another shot granted. Chinoy taken down from afar, Aim God making sure that he gets the base cover. Evos smells it once more. They believe in second and third chances, and now they have it!
This is a big one for Evos. They need to put Vitality down and out. They are the only team that can prevent the championship from going to either Evos or RRQ. They've got the numbers. Cypher trying to play spoilers on the side of AG.AL. But who does he stop?
Oh no.
Probably no one. 3 Indonesian teams. We call this the Indonesian map. And these 3 squads proving it.
And RRQ now receives heat. Vitality from behind. RRQ in the rough spot. Evos helps them out. Rasha continues to deliver. Taking down members by members of Vitality. But the next point of contact is going to be RRQ. Evos, they could just let this happen.
Vitality, they're going in here for the sweep. RRQ in an unfortunate predicament.
Cypher.
And Evos allows it to happen. Cypher, bye-bye. Koja steals it.
Look at this, AJ. Look at where Evos is at.
Look at where Indonesia is at the world stage, Husky.
This could be the final lap. We are so close to it. RRQ, they need to leave the compound now, but if Vitality moves now, it draws attention away. RRQ makes the move onto the southern side towards Evos. Vitality splits to the north. RRQ makes contact first. Rasha delivers 2 in a row. A bye. He needs to shut Rasha down. They caught, trapped in the same spot. Rasha finally gets knocked down. RRQ though, they need to finish the job, but it's not done just yet.
Vitality wants to play spoilers. Unbelievable what we are seeing here at the Esports World Cup. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the heat is just
He
of a
overshoots.
different quality. Keep our overshoot down with the Bison. Kyung gets the shot from afar, and now RRQ very low in probability. We still don't crown a champion here yet at Riyadh. Aim God, down you go. Vitality showing that they are a monster. Indonesia, you can rise. You are the best nation in Free Fire right now.
From the grave, Team Vitality wins it in map number 8 and puts themselves on the pedestal. All 3 Indonesian teams now have unlocked the condition of champion rush. Vitality were 3 points short off of Game 7 on Solara, their best map. They were stopped by RRQ, and now on Kalahari, they stop RRQ on their best map. Write me a story better than this.